Hello friend, this is the second lesson in the CICS. Today we will discuss on the program preparation and how to debug the program, how and test it, and what is the difference between pseudo conversation program within the same program and different program, how we can able to code the syntaxes. And at the end of the chapter we will also discuss few of the questions. And let's start from the program preparation. This is pseudocode. In the my source program having all like a DB2 syntax and CACS and COBOL statement. How the pre-compiler execute in the order of the check the syntax error. Like if the DB2 statement is there, then it will check like DB2 pre-compiler will extract the DB2 like here exit SQL and replace with a COBOL statement. And if the once the DB2 syntax is execution is done, then it will like a CSS translator. The CSS, what is CSS translator will like it will recognize the exit CSS and exit DLI for the IMS statement, and they comment out and replace the statement appropriate language. In our case, COBOL move statement and call inserted to pass the COBOL compiler. Next, once the CSS statement kick statement has been translator has done, next it will like COBOL compiler. It will like to check the syntax error of the COBOL statement. Once it is done, all like DB2, CSS, COBOL link compiler, then it will create like a link edit, and after link edit has been executed, then it will create the load model. Like once the load model is successfully done, like we can able to execute the program. And next, how to test the CSS program. See, I have modified one of the program, CSS program. I have without running the new copy, I have executed the program. Means it will executing with the old mode load model, because you have not done the new copy. You are not like a you are executing with a old load model. To what are the our program changes will be affected to run with a new load model it has to create. By using, we have to do like a new copy. This is a new copy syntax. This is run with a CMT. What is CMT means? Command execution master terminal. This is syntax. CMT set program and program name. What are the which program you are going to do make made the changes, and do the new copy. We can able to code like R. This is also command CMT. Instead of set, use a S and space. There is a space is there one, and PR. Instead of program, we can able to code PR and program name or any new copy. It will run like a like what are the new copy. It will create the new load model. And this is also one of the syntax. This is like a new version of the CSS program, the CMT set program, and this is the phase in program. What is the difference between new copy and phase in? Like phase in is supported in the new CSS ESA version from 3 onwards. It is supporting the phase EA option. Like why we are doing the new copy, to avoid the testing with the old version, you must use CS provided CMT transition to update the pointer to the program. Like to update the new load model, we have to use a new copy option. Now, how to debug the CSS program? To debug the CSS program, we have to use a CEDF command. And what is the CEDF means? A command execution diagnostic facility. How to invoke the CEDF command? First, we need to type the CEDF in the upper left corner of the cleared screen. First, clear the screen. Then give here upper left corner CEDF command. Now, then clear the screen. Again, type the transaction ID you want to test. Means first you need to type CEDF, then clear the screen, then type your transaction ID, and then press the enter key. Allow to view the information on what is happening in your program. Like we'll discuss on thorough on the CEDF in the upcoming next chapter. And there is one more command having to check the CMAC. CMAC nothing but CSS message and code. To we can able to see like a CMAC is a message to what are the event codes and message is available in the CICS. We can prompt, we can able to how to invoke the CICS means similar like we have to use the CEDF. We similar like CMAC also we have to use. To use the CMAC, first clear the screen, then type the CMAC in the upper left corner. And in addition to the transaction code, you might initially the key of the number of message at append code. This is the syntax for to initiate the CMAC command. We can able to see what are the append codes and messages available. Means first you need to type upper left corner CMAC and the transaction ID and the corresponding what is the message number or like append codes. This is a syntax like to check the CMAC append code. What are the append code messages available? For example, here they are given some of the message number APAC. For example, 1060 870 and append code you can mention like such as ASRA. If you want to test know what is mean ASRA means type CMAC and transaction ID and ASRA command ASRA append code. You can able to see what is the message code. Let move like this is the main for the application program interface. How the passing information from different programs, DFH COM area and COM area like how to pass the information from one program to another program by using DFH COM area like within like it is can be pseudo conversational program and we can able to pass the like a COM area or DFH COM area and passing data via COM area can be passed to the same program or different program. What is the COM area? The data task from other program and DFH COM area it will receive the data. Like in conversation, what is the conversation? If you develop any program in online, that is the conversation. Non-conversation means they should not type any interaction. That is difference between conversation and non-conversation. And what is pseudo conversation? The system resources are not tied up. How long the use answer take to avoid the by using this we are using the pseudo conversation. And let's move like how we can able to code the pseudo conversation in the program for the different programs. Like one program is calling another program that is called different program. Like here what is the PCT yesterday lessons we are told like it is having a transaction ID and the corresponding program. This is a PCD entries here like this is a program corresponding the transaction ID. My transaction ID is LAC1 like here the main program and this program transaction ID is registered in the like in PCT table we can able to see the LAC1 registered in the C1A program. So I am initiating this transaction ID, but I am going to triggering the another transaction ID LAC. What is the LAC program? To having registered in the 1B program. So it will call this program like go to the terminal and it will call like a B program. And when it is have been done transaction like a receive like a return transaction ID means it will call like a 1B program and it will receive the what are the messages from 1A program and it will process it again it will send it to return the previous main program. You can see in this example different program are used in this each part of the conversation. Here what is mean by return transaction ID, terminate the task and specify the next transaction ID here. And whenever the operator entered the data like LAC2 automatically start a new task invoking the program 1B mean LAC2 means here the new transaction ID invoke the 1B program. What if we need to pass the data to the linked invoked program? How do we can able to pass the data to the invoked program? We can able to see the like how to pass the data in the different program. This is a LAC1 transaction ID, how the transaction ID having working storage COM start and here the 1A program is the main program has been registered with the 1A. In the previously we have seen the transaction ID initiating the LAC2 program. In COM area I given COM start working storage variable. It will call like a LAC2 program sub program And in the subprogram we have to define the linkage section DFH com area. You can able to see some text here. What is the com area is a CICS command, unit of storage passing and receiving the data between the CICS program. And the first time the com area is passed, it must be begun in area storage in the working storage section of the program, passing to the com area. And the return statement in the has a parameter for passing the com area to the program associated with the subsequent transaction. Means in the whatever the main program you have to mention com area for the to pass the, even if you are calling sub program you have to mention in the main program, because you are calling from main program you have to mention as the com area. The subsequent program receive the com area must define DFH com area in the linkage section. Having done it, automatically have access to the com area fields. What does that mean? Means in the main program you are mention the return transaction ID com area. You are passing the data from com area from the main program. In the sub program, like you are mentioned the LA2 is the sub program, return transaction ID. Automatically you trigger the PCT table from this program. And in the sub program you are mentioned the linkage section DFH com area you should be mentioned, because once you mention the DFH com area, it will automatically system take the whatever the working storage section mentioned in the main program com area, it will trigger copy of the program, copy of the com area it will take into the sub program. This is the main basic overview of like a logical view, and we can able to how the system code in the program. This syntax is for the in the pseudo conversation program. Like here earlier I code like a com start with coded in the working storage section LACT1. This is how the syntax is working. Com start I have mentioned the working storage section like a LA1A program. And this is the proceed division and return transaction ID. I am passing a com area and returning with a new transaction ID. And length is an 80. I am passing here and indexing like here one more command in the go back. How to identify that what is mean go back here? Go back mean nothing but in CSS program we should not use the exit program and end program. We have to use the go back only, because exit point is not available, so that go back has to use the transaction has been in the CSS program. Like earlier like we are going to initiate in the return transaction ID LAC2 means it will call like a sub program. In the sub program I have to previous section we have seen like a DFH column area we have to mention. Go to the DFH com area, it will call like a 1B program and linkage section in the DFH com area you have to mention. But what is the main criteria like here, like whatever the picture class you have mentioned in the sub program, similar like in the main program also similarly follow the same picture class. Here I am passing like 80 characters with alphabets. Alphanumeric is 2 bytes and an alphanumeric is 78 bytes. The same picture class should be mentioned here in the subprogram. See, we can able to see that in the subprogram I am not having access to the main reference field in the DFH com area. In the subprogram also I mentioned the com area. So once you mention the sub go back, it will trigger go to the main program here. See, com start like a begin area in the storage of the working storage section of the one main program associated with the task 1. When the task being associated transaction ID and receive the passed com area in the linkage section of the DFH com area. The DFH com area is made available address automatically the CICS. Means whatever you pass from main program and sub data into the com area to the sub program, it will automatically pass to the sub main program to sub program. This command is only for the, like we are going to pass the day in the pseudo conversation for the different program. Like whenever you are going to initiate the task from transaction ID from main program to sub program with having two different program. What will happen if I am going to call like the same transaction ID in the same program? Like this is a way how to code like a pseudo conversation in the same program, but most of the 99% in our CSS program having this is the logic to understand how the system is working in the CSS coding. And this is a like a pseudo conversation. See, you can in the PCT table I am having only one transaction ID, and the corresponding program is like a one program. Payroll is a program, because I am not using any sub programs here, different program. So here I am going to call like how the pseudo conversion invoke the same program. It like a send a transaction ID payroll, and this is the payer is the transaction ID, return transaction ID I am given. It will call like the same as a payroll is a sub program. The pseudo conversion design invoke the same program for each part of the conversation. Before we pass the data, quick review of the design concept. The return transaction ID terminate the task and specify the next transaction ID. Whenever operator enter the data payer, like automatically start the task invoking the program payroll. What if we need to pass the data to the invoked program? How to pass the data to the invoked program? Earlier we discussed it is like a for different program how to pass the data, but here we'll discuss about how to pass the data within the same program. See, in the same program, like a pair is the transaction ID in the working storage section. This is the main program, and procedure division I have given return transaction ID calm area. Here also I am given like a payroll. Here you can able to see that I have coded in the linkage section as the DFH calm area. Earlier coded we have in the different program 1A and 1B. This is a 1A and 1B. We have coded like a working storage section, but in different program we are coded like a linkage section. But in the same program, how like we have coded a working storage section as well as a linkage section. This is the way we can able to identify in the same program having the pseudo conversation. Like we can able to see these are the some description of the what it will explain the what is the functionality of the program. Always first time the COM area has been passed, it must be begin an area storage in the working storage section of the program passing it. The COM area parameter in the return parameter will pass the area to the program associated with the subsequent transaction. The subsequent program, in this case, like I am passing into the same program, must define in the DFS COM area in the linkage section. Having done automatically, it will task the access to the COM area, whatever the past information. And like how to identify whether I am calling because I am calling in the same program, how I am know like whether I am calling it is the first time or second time. There is a one way like to check like syntax whether I am calling first time or second time in the same program means payroll must be defined the two time meaning the first time into the same program and when there is no COM area. Mean first time whenever calling COM area there is a zero, and this is a one of the interview questions. And service next time I am going to call like the same program, it will call like from the linkage section means EIVCA length indicate the length of the COM area. This indicates the EIVCA length having to identify whether you are calling to first time or second time to check the syntax. Next in the CS pseudo conversion we can able to see how the syntaxes we can able to check whether we are going to calling the first time or second time in the same program. This is syntax. See, I am earlier I mentioned like here in the same program payroll, and I have defined the COM area for COM step for working storage, and linkage section also I coded similar like this is also see I have defined this is a whole is a one program. Payroll is a program name. Here I have coded like a COM stat. In the COM stat this is a working storage variable, and the linkage section I have mentioned the DFH COM area in the same program. Like this is a command to check like whether I am going to call like in the first time or second time. The COM area, if the COM area CIB length is a 0, there is no COM area means you are going to call like a first time. And if the first time you are going to call, then you have to invoke the transaction ID payer like a passing data from COM area COM start and length. Subsequent time the COM area exits, so I have access to reference field in the DFH COM area. Next time onward, the whatever the data we are passed from COM area, it will access into the DFH COM area. See, in the first time in the program COM area exit, no COM area exit means the COM area is 0. And to check the COM area, how to check the COM area 0 mean AVCL length is the command to check the COM area 0 first time or second time. So the COM area is 0, AVCL length is 0, the data will pass from the working storage section and sent to the COM to the return transaction ID. And the subsequent entry how to pass the data means it will pass from the like a DFH COM area. What are the this is sometime you will ask in the objective questions. What is the maximum size of a COM area mean 32 KB. 32 KB is the size for the COM area. We can able to pass the data from main program to sub program. This is the maximum length we can able to pass. And one more you can able to tell like how what is the this is the COBOL reference sheet in what what and from what command line we can able to code the CICS syntaxes by using reference format. We can able to say this is a normal COBOL reference sheet. You know about already the indicator area, like this is the sequence number before compiler option will take. This is the indicator area. We can able to do the continuation and comments. And this in area A, like 8 to 11, we can able to code the divisions and header sections and paragraph name or 01 or 77 level fields. And area B nothing but it start from 12 to 72. In the area B we can able to call the COBOL in statement and exit CICS statement and exit SQL statement. This is the we can able to see that like in area B only we have to code like exit CICS statement. Next to move, and this is like one of the important topic like in like a CICS we should not code. These are the sections. Some of the sections is not allowed to code in the CICS section. What are the sections mean? Configuration section and input output section should not be code. And in general COBOL program we will coding the some of the statement like a program definition. After the immediate program ID I mentioned the remark about the program, what is the program we are doing. Generally we will code into COBOL program, but in CSS program this statement is also not allowed. In the file section like in CSS also it not allowed the file section parameter. And in the CSS we should not code like a file section. And this is the linkage section in the CSS. What is the linkage section? And then what are the parameters is having in the linkage section. This is a working storage section, but we will know. But in the system, these are the linkage section. These are the system defined the linkage section parameter. A DFH EI execution interface block. It will automatically create the area storage by CSS. And DFH COM area, it like we have to code like what are the length we are going to pass. That's why it will like a highlighted the dotted line means user defined whatever the length it will there, it will create automatically by in the CSS. And this is a user defined layout, and these are also like user defined layout. It is a variable like whatever that user has been defined length, it will create automatically. Means like in the linkage section, the what is in DFHEI BLK means that the translator insert DFHEI BLK and CSS acquire the storage and establish the addressable for it. The program user DFH COM area CSS also automatically create the address whatever you have defined the DFH COM area. And that's all. These are the basic concept. And next we will discuss some of the questions asked in the interview. What action must be programmer have to take to ensure the CSS copy the DFH BLK in the application program. Just now we told like CICS automatically create the DFH EI BLK command. So we should not code like any of the parameter here. See, this is the not correct. We should not copy DFH. Include also we should not use. We should not use DFH camera. This is not related to DFH EI BLK. So the none of the above is the syntax. So CICS automatically create the DFH EIV BLK. We should not explicitly code any of these parameter. Now the pseudo conversation. Next question. Pseudo conversational program is preferred method for coding CSS application. True. Means that this is one of the advantage of the CSS programs to support the multiple transaction ID, multiple tasks in different program or same program. That's why we are using the CSS program. Why? Because, and they are asking why also, system resources are not tied up during the execution. And next question. When coding a terminal control receive command like a BMS receive map, which of the following is considered like a normal exceptional condition? To accept already in the yesterday lessons we already discussed how to check the normal syntax, normal error conditions. Like normal is the command. This is also we discussed yesterday. These are like two error codes they have mentioned here. The following two conditions are equivalent. No, these are two not error codes is not equivalent. Means they're not true. Both are not same. They are asking both are same means no. These are both are not same. We will discuss like why it is not same. One more questions. CSS required linkage section in the all COBOL program to running under its control. Yeah, it's like a true. And like we'll discuss like why we are for these questions, why these conditions is not equal. Yesterday we discussed already. This is the exception condition. Why these conditions? To check the any generic error condition means we have to use what is the generic error condition? See, this is like a generic error condition, normal completion of the code if receive error equal to DFH rest equal to normal. And here also yesterday we told like it is not generic error condition to check error. Receive error is equal to DFH rest equal to error. In the just now in the questions it asks the same questions. If the DF AB is equal to not equal to DS rest not normal, AB rest equal to normal error condition. So here they already mentioned no, it is not both are same. But to check the generic error condition, we should like here see this is the same condition it repeated in the yesterday lessons. To check generic condition for a not a normal condition, this is a syntax. This is not the syntax for the generic error condition. We can use either this condition or this condition, but not a normal condition. This is for normal condition, but here they are asking like not a normal condition. These are the not syntax. So here it is a false. The answer is a false here. That's all friends for the today topic, and tomorrow we'll discuss on the one of the important topic like a maps, how to create the maps, how to design the maps, what are the syntaxes for the map, and the important topics we'll discuss on it. Thank you all. If you like my content, please share and comment. If you are having any comment, please like, share, and subscribe my channel. Thank you all.